Hey, what's up everyone? Vaughn Jean here, and today I wanted to get into your belief system and how it's going to dictate your ability to manage multiple interests and actually be good at them. So first off, I want to start off by saying that there's a common belief in which people believe that you are going to be mediocre at everything if you try to do too many things at once. I want to tell you right away that's completely false. And unfortunately, most people believe this idea. And I'm going to get into why this is a common thing. But right away, I just want to tell you, you absolutely can get good at multiple things. You don't have to be a superhuman. You don't have to have super privilege. You don't need a lot of extra external things. So why is this an issue? Well, this is an issue because in reality, most people don't work hard. And if you're on this side of YouTube, I would argue you are someone that either works hard or you have the capacity to work really hard. But unfortunately, most people just don't work hard. Let's just be real here. And these are the people that are telling you things like you can't get good at multiple things. And if you spread yourself out too much, you're doomed to be lackluster. These are people who don't eat correctly for proper brain health and brain nutrition. They don't have proper rest. They're on their phone all day scrolling reels, and they don't really put any effort into anything. And I'm not trying to sound rude or mean in this video. I more so just speak from a point of passion because I also used to believe you couldn't be good at multiple things until I just decided to stop believing that. However, to continue, we get our advice from people who aren't really doing the work. They're not really putting in all the points to achieve that kind of lifestyle. So unfortunately, their beliefs become your beliefs, though you have the capacity to outwork them by miles. If you've never been here before, my hobbies, well, I'll just put a list like right here or something, because it's a long list. And I'm actually pretty good at all of these. And one thing I've learned in the pursuit of getting good at these things is that if you're listening to the wrong advice or the wrong people, it can completely change the way you look at life. And on the inverse, if you listen to the right people and you take the right steps and you get the right belief system, a lot of this is way more realistic than you may think. Another thing I've learned is that we often fall into this trap of believing people who have no results. So we start taking on their beliefs, though in reality, they haven't ever really tried to work hard at anything. One thing, let alone multiple things. I think about out of shape personal trainers. Now don't take this personal if you're an out of shape personal trainer. It is what it is. But I don't believe in listening to someone who doesn't have results, which leads me into the main point of this. You need to start questioning who you're getting your information from and questioning the beliefs you have right now, because they may be false beliefs. You need to question where you got them from. Who actually told you these things? What have they done? Have they actually put in the work? Have they tried? These kinds of things. Again, I'm not trying to be rude. I speak from a point of passion because as someone who's good at a lot of things, I don't want to seem like some special guy. I believe it's normal. And it should be normal for everyone. No matter how many hobbies you have or what you like, you should be able to pursue all of them and actually be good at them. So start questioning where you're getting these things from. And if you're watching videos, even mine, question the credibility. I have that list and I have proof of just about everything, right? But let's be real. MMA, I tell you guys I do MMA. It's absolutely my favorite thing to do, but I have no MMA videos on my channel. I don't have sparring footage yet. I don't have fight footage yet. So if you're learning MMA and I'm giving you advice, I would highly encourage you to go somewhere else and look at a channel that has fight footage or technique videos and things that actually work in real life, not just in play. I would say this is a time where you need to go watch that channel because you're gonna have a far better and stronger belief system if you see someone living out what you're doing, and you're not gonna take on something. And though I may be right, and I do think I'm right, I've done MMA for years, but you don't know that. On the inverse, I talk a lot about Japanese here and how I'm fluent in it. I lived there for a while, and I have videos of me speaking Japanese, and some videos are entirely in Japanese. This credibility will help you believe what I'm saying when I tell you how to learn a language, rather than if I just read books about how to learn Japanese but I don't speak it and I'm giving you advice. That's not a time where you should be listening. This is the idea I want you to take moving forward. It's just to start guarding your belief system and developing it into something that's really going to serve you, even if it sounds delusional or even if it sounds crazy, because you may as well try off of a belief system that's actually going to work for you. Something else I want to note that I see all too often is don't fall into the idea of thinking that someone can teach but not live by it. So what do I mean? Again, back to the personal trainer example. I see this all the time. I've been in America for the past few years now, and I legit see out of shape personal trainers who took a test. I've seen that test before. Fun fact, I was actually a personal trainer in Japan, so this is kind of an easy example for me to see because over there it's a little different, but I'll get into that later. Here though, I notice in America, you just kind of do this little online course, you take a test, maybe you do a fitness thing, but a lot of them are actually not in really good shape. And I'm no body shamer. Again, I'm not all about aesthetics. I'm not all about being mean. I just think a client would be better off with someone who's in shape. Same with financial people or anything. Sometimes we've been led to believe that someone who can teach things just doesn't have to live by it. I think you should take that idea and get rid of it. Just get rid of it for the rest of your life. It's not going to serve you well because you may end up listening to someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, and it's going to ruin your results. Another important aspect of your belief system: pay attention to real life more than you do studies and theory. So something I've noticed as content continues to grow on the internet is that we often get so caught up in the lab coats and the test tubes and all these studies and scientific data that focuses on such irrelevant topics that we miss the stuff that actually works. You'll see this in the gym a lot. People are focused on how many reps, how many sets, all this other stuff, when they haven't even just gone and done any type of training at all. We get so caught up in science and theory, and honestly, a lot of that is completely irrelevant. I know that may ruffle some feathers, but listen, if it doesn't really correlate with real life and what you see, start to kind of question that, and I would say get rid of it. Now, if there's scientific proof and you see that it has tangible results, that's something you should believe. So don't just discard all scientists. But what I'm saying is don't get too wrapped up in that, because it's very easy for us to look at these things as cool and credible because some doctor, this guy said this, and Dr. whatever, and Dr. Doolittle, and all these other doctors, and they say you can't do this or you can do that, and that's not really that true most of the time. I'm a bit extremist in this, I'll admit, but what you can do as actionable advice: take your science, your studies, all that, but also go look at real life. Go look at real people, what they're doing. Look at anecdotal evidence. Look at your own life. You may find that, like me, you'll notice a lot of this science is just so focused on things that have no significant difference in our lives, our productivity, and our results. So really take the time to look at that and see if it's worth pursuing at all. So overall, again, I don't want to come off as negative or mean in this video. I'm really not that kind of person. I get tired of seeing people spread misinformation about the pursuit of multiple interests and that you have to be bad at them, especially when they don't really do anything or they don't have anything. And I don't want more people on the internet believing the wrong information. I don't want someone like me to be a super rare guy or whatever you want to call it. I want it to be normal, and that's why I make these videos. Because I meet people in my real life all the time who say, oh man, you play music and combat sports and software and all this, how do you do it, and blah, blah, blah. I lay it out to them, and then they follow up by telling me that they believed that you have to be bad at all these things. And that's just not true. So again, I wanna come more from a place of compassion and care rather than me roasting people and scientists and doctors. If you're one of those people, if you're a scientist, a doctor, an out of shape personal trainer, I can't remember what else I said. This is no offense. I'm just trying to make points and make sure people's belief systems are healthy. And that's all I'm trying to get across to people. My next video will be about your nervous system and how to supercharge it and how to optimize your body so that it can learn information faster and retain information a lot better. So look forward to that. If you have not seen part 1 of this series, it's called The Foundation. I talk about removing things from your life that is gonna help you manage multiple interests. And I'm laughing because there's dogs outside barking. Every video I make, you guys don't know this, this is just a tangent. Every video I make, something's going on. It's like when I click the camera, the universe or the earth just starts to say, hey, interrupt that guy. So I don't know what's going on. The dogs, I hope I can compress it out. Anyways, back to this. Go watch part 1 if you haven't already. And that's about it. Like and subscribe if you found this helpful. Please watch your belief system. It really will dictate your results. And if you don't subscribe, I'm gonna send this chain chomp to come see you. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.